Yesterday I was working on this router table. It was very late. I had to stop because I didn't have any more light outside. And as you might have seen, I had these clamps on the edge like this on all four corners and try to run the router in there without the router plate, and it wasn't very stable because the footprint on the router was so small it wanted to tip in. But this morning I figured it's my template. It's not that I borrowed it or anything, but maybe if I want to use it again next time, probably want to save it. But I ended up drilling 4 holes, one here like that around the corners, and running a screw in each hole to the tabletop to hold this in place, and that allowed me to remove the clamps and not use the clamps. So that created a lot of space to run the router around with the router plate on it, and the router plate gave me a lot of balance. I'll show you here in a minute. Remounted the Makita on an Incra router place. This is a RP2301 FC. I called it PFC yesterday, forgive me. But with the plunge capabilities, plunged it to the top of the table and then did the stop rod, this one right here on the side, and put the thickness of the plate, which is 10 millimeter, between that and the turret. That allowed me the distance of how deep I wanted that to go, but instead of just 10 millimeters, I went over by a millimeter, so I did 11 millimeters. And now I'm gonna cut a hole here and use a what do you call them, a jigsaw to cut the rest of the hole out. But I'm gonna leave, of course, a ledge around the perimeter for the plate to sit on, and this whole assembly right here will drop in there upside down. The router will be on the bottom side of that. There's plenty of room, and the way I assembled it yesterday, it's not very square, so that's because when I use dominoes to join these legs to the tabletop, I might have left a gap, as you might see right up in there. So these are not truly flat and level, but that's all right. I already had glue in there. These were the screws I was using as clamps to hold the joints as the glue was drying up. But I got a laser level. I'll turn this upside down and put a line on the feet or the legs around and cut them off and make them as level as possible. As long as I'm bolting it to the table anyway. It's going on a Bosch gravity rise cart, so it should be stable enough. Yep, so that's the setup. Thanks for watching.